Hello Greenstylers, Cynthia here with a sewing tutorial for the Fiji swimsuit. The Fiji is a fully lined one-piece swimsuit with options for color blocking, mid or low bikini options, an optional shelf bra, and an included full bust adjustment piece. You need pieces B3 and B5 for the front. I've used the center cut line to create this color block look, or you can cut on the fold, which is the inner fold line. Pay special attention to the fold line versus the cut line. If you choose a solid front, make sure you fold on the fold line so that your piece is the correct size. Mark the notches on pieces B3 as well as pieces B5. You can either cut them outward, cut them inward, or mark them with disappearing ink. Cut two of piece B5, the front bottom, as mirror images, and choose between the mid bikini option or the low bikini option for more coverage. Cut two of piece B4, the back main, as mirror images or cut one on the fold. Be sure to mark the double notches on pieces B4 and pieces B6 again. Cut two of piece B6, the back bottom, as mirror images, and once again choose between the mid or low rise coverage. Both the lining pieces will be cut on the fold, and again make sure to use the fold line on the pattern piece. Choose the same coverage option that you chose for the main pieces, either the low or mid-rise bikini. If you'd like to add the optional shelf bra, cut one of piece B7 on the fold, and remember that this will be in addition to the lining. We'll begin by stitching together our front and back color block pieces. Lay your pieces out on the table like so to give yourself a nice preview of what they will look like when they're put together. And then we'll flip one of the front center pieces over on top of the other front center piece, pin in place along the center line, and do the same for the back center pieces. Stitch in place using a stretch stitch or serger and a 3/8 inch seam allowance, and then they will look like this. Open those pieces back up, and then begin pinning the bottom color block pieces to the center pieces. Make sure to match notches. Stitch these with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and a stretch stitch or serger as well. To add the optional shelf bra, we'll need our shelf bra piece B1 and a length of 1.5 inch wide elastic cut according to this chart. Mark the center of the elastic and the center of the shelf bra so that we can pin in place. Pin the elastic to the wrong side of the shelf bra, that is the side that will face toward the liner and away from your skin. Stitch along the top and bottom edges of the elastic, stretching the elastic to fit as you sew. Turn the elastic up once toward the wrong side so that the elastic is fully enclosed in between layers of fabric. Stitch with a zigzag stitch. And as you stitch the elastic in place, make sure to stretch the elastic to the edge of the fabric. If you're adding bra cups to the shelf bra, do so after this step, but be sure to check for proper location before sewing in place. Now pin the wrong side of the shelf bra to the right side of the front liner. Use a basting stitch, which is the longest straight stitch on your sewing machine, to baste all along the outer edges of the shelf bra. but note that you're not stitching the bottom edge or the elastic edge of the shelf bra to the liner. Pin your front and back liner pieces together with right sides touching along the shoulder seams, side seams, and crotch seam. And do the same for your main outer pieces. Stitch using a stretch stitch or a serger in a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now you will have a complete main outer color block swimsuit and a complete inner liner swimsuit. Turn the liner right sides out, slip the main into the liner so that the wrong sides are touching. Pin or clip around the leg openings, the arm openings, and the neck opening. We will baste along all of these edges using a basting stitch, which is the longest stitch length on your sewing machine. Now we need to add some elastic to the neck, arm, and leg openings. We'll be adding it to the lining side of the edge, right along here. And there are a few different options for elastic that we can use. We prefer cotton swimwear elastic, and if you have some of that on hand, go ahead and cut out your elastic according to this cut chart. Of course, there are other elastic options that you can choose. Our testers oftentimes have luck using just regular braided elastic, which supposedly wears out more quickly in chlorine, but I can tell you that I've swam in swimsuits for multiple years using just regular braided elastic, and it has never given out on me. Another option is this clear swimsuit elastic made from polyurethane. Mine is actually color black, and I purchased that from Wawak. It is a very tight stretch. So if you choose this elastic, just be aware you're going to want to add it at more of a 1-to-1 ratio because it is such a strong tight stretch compared to these other elastics. And here you can see the different type of stretch that the cotton swimwear elastic provides compared to that clear elastic. It's much more stretchy. I only have a 1/4 inch wide cotton swimwear elastic on hand, so I will go ahead and use the black clear elastic for the purposes of this video because it'll be a little bit easier for you to see as well. But whichever elastic you choose, just keep in mind the different stretch properties and try on the swimsuit before finalizing and top stitching that elastic to make sure it feels good to you. Once you've decided on your elastic, you can cut out a length of elastic, form it into a loop, and stitch the ends together, as I did here with a zigzag stitch, and then pin it onto the lining side of the swimsuit edge. Use a stretch stitch to stitch the entire elastic into place. If using cotton swimwear elastic or braided elastic, you'll be stretching the elastic to fit. If you're using clear elastic like I am here, you'll only be pulling it taut. Turn the elastic under one time to fully enclose the elastic, and then we will top stitch using a zigzag stitch, twin needle, or cover stitch machine. You may find that the fabric has slight gathers from the elastic that you attached. Stretch that elastic again very slightly, just enough to flatten the fabric as it goes under your foot. And here's a little tip when attaching elastic to the leg openings. You don't want to evenly distribute the stretch of the elastic. What you actually want is less stretch around the front of the leg opening and more stretch around the back of the leg opening. I'll accomplish this by stitching my elastic freehand, meaning not putting it into a loop first. You can also accomplish this using the measurements in cotton swimsuit elastic and stitching into a loop. When you pin the loop to the opening, just pull the elastic taut to pin to the front half and then stretch it evenly across the back half. I've begun stitching the back half here, and I am pulling this clear elastic just past taut, so slightly stretching it, but not very much. I'm approaching the side seam, so once I get to the front half of the leg opening, I will attach the elastic just taut. Overlap the ends of the elastic by about a ½ inch to secure. Repeat this process for the neck opening, both leg openings, and both arm openings, and then you are done. Congratulations on completing your Fiji swimsuit. I know you're going to love hitting the water and the sun in your great new one piece. Please share yours across social media using hashtag #GSFijiSwimsuit. We can't wait to see your great color block creation. From all of us at Greenstyle, happy sewing!